From the historic capital of open-wheel racing, Indianapolis, Indiana, it's USAC Unleashed. And now, stumping the loud pedal, ripping the lip, and letting her eat, here are your hosts, Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
Hey, out there in USAC Unleashed Radio Land, Dirty Dan here with my partners in crime, the Photo Man, Rich Foreman, and Tommy Lee, TJ Crawford. Photo Man, we had a badass weekend this weekend, brother.
Yeah, she was a long one and she was busy, but man, it felt good to get back out to the racetrack and do what we all do.
You damn straight. Tommy Lee, your first USAC weekend, brother. What'd you think?
It was awesome. Getting to see Silver Crown, are you kidding me? I felt like I was watching history in the making.
You got something special for the breakdown this week, too, with the Silver Crown stuff, right? Don't let it out of the bag now.
I got something special, that's for sure.
That'll work, man. I have to tell you, I was pretty fired up, man. Justin Grant, watching him down there at Lawrenceburg pick off the win, and Stambro. Let's talk about that lap Stambro turned in qualifying for him, and he never lifted.
Yeah, he was definitely on the loud pedal, and he definitely ripped it around the top and got a really fast lap in there right towards the end of qualifying.
That he did. Now, TJ, I know Sean Buckley over at Jack Slash, I believe, posted a video of that, didn't he?
Yeah, and honestly, the lap that he made, the first lap, you could tell he kind of got into the corner a little bit rough, but the second lap, literally, I don't think the pitch of the engine ever changed.
I don't think it did either, man. Now, moving on, obviously, we're all fired up from Lawrenceburg. A lot of memories made down there. I want to give a big shout-out to Sean Buckley for sitting down with me in the infield at intermission, and we got that recorded segment posted over there on our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel, so check that out. But welcome back to USAC, jackslash.com, and Mr. Sean Buckley. Dean Mills is in town this summer, man. It's like old times, Foreman.
Yeah, there's a stellar group of guys that are covering it. You know, I mean, Dean is probably one of the best, and Sean is so good, and you know, and then we get to hang out there, and man, it's definitely a good time to be covering the sport.
That it is. Then we moved on and we went and hung out at Terre Haute Sunday for the Silver Crown race. Man, you know, some of the roads that we won't even talk about Kevin's driving. I wasn't sure TJ was going to make it to Terre Haute with us the next day. But at any rate, big shout out to Kevin Smith, too, for helping us out this weekend with USAC Unleashed radio stuff. Big time help. TJ, I know you appreciated his help.
Yeah, definitely. I couldn't ask for a better friend than Kevin. And, you know, he did so much for us this weekend. I don't think we could even put it into words.
That he did. All right, man. We had so much cool stuff that happened this weekend, and you know, the social media, we lit it up on the social media this weekend. So get over to the Facebook page, our personal Facebook pages, the show Facebook page, Performance Motorsports Network Facebook page. Man, there's stuff posted everywhere from this weekend. But at any rate, you know, we got some Dirty 10 with Dirty Dan presented by Liquid Nitro segments that we're going to be scattering out throughout the season here. And TJ, I think those are going to be a keeper, and I think we're going to make some improvements on those this weekend, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, this weekend was kind of trial and error, and it turned out that we got some really good feedback on it. So I think we're going to put a lot into it, and we're going to get a lot of those Dirty 10s pumped out, and be looking forward to them because they're going to be awesome.
That it is. Photo Man, I am so fired up about something else that happened this weekend. We finally got our USAC Unleashed stickers, that finer detail graphics made for us on the cars this weekend. Do you believe we finally got there?
Yeah, you know, it was kind of cool. You know, we finally got some stickers on some cars. The shirts came in. I mean, it was definitely it was a good weekend for us, and it was a big weekend for us.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was a huge weekend. We made major inroads. Going to be some cool content coming up. And you mentioned that, our shirts. Huge shout-out to Chris Boson at 6B Apparel, 6bapparel.com. They are the premier, you know, crew shirt design company out there, man. Get with them, 6bapparel.com or 702-587-3313. Let Chris know we sent you there, man. He'll give you the friend price. But at this time, man, we're going to get out of here and go to a short little break here. Let me catch my breath. But we have Landon Simon, who is in the wings waiting to be to talk to us. So we'll be right back with Landon Simon right after this.
6B Apparel gives you the winning look. At 6B Apparel, our award-winning design team gives your team style on or off the track. It's not too late to call 6B Apparel now. You could be the best-dressed crew at your next race or trade show. And for you smaller teams, 6B Apparel has no minimum on orders, so you can get the same look the big teams like Feld Motorsports, Lucas Oil Products, and more do at a great price. Call 6B Apparel now at 702 702-587-3313. That's 702-587-3313. Or log on to 6bapparel.com.
Waka Racing Promotions is a public relations team determined to grow and expand your name in the world of racing while guiding your image and car to the top. We use multiple different techniques from press releases, social media pages, and websites to boom your team or company ahead of the rest. Whether it be your normal race team wanting a sponsorship proposal or a full-blown touring series needing PR help, Waka Racing Promotions can cover it all. Head to WalkerRacingPromotion.com to learn more on how you can expand your PR program with Waka Racing Promotions.
And now, back to the guy that would rather watch General Hospital than NASCAR, the Photo Man and Dirty Dan.
That cracks me up every time. I can see the Photo Man kicked up with his feet on the couch and ice cold glass iced tea with a little umbrella in it, checking out General Hospital. What about you, Tommy Lee?
Oh, yeah, I've actually witnessed it a couple of times.
What do you think about that, Photo Man?
Man, you forgot. I ain't drinking no iced tea. I might have a liquid nitro in me, but I might have to go to a hospital tonight.
Yeah, we'll tell everybody about that here later on. But Photo Man, you're probably not going to hear much out of him. But that's not what we're talking about right now. We have none other than Landon Simon on the phone with us. How you doing, Landon?
Doing good, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Not a problem, man. Not a problem. We appreciate you come on and on the show last week in TeeJays Breakdown and dropping the news about Mount Baker Vapor. Why don't you tell us a little more about that?
Yeah, I mean, we got our first night in with the new team, and things didn't really go as we had hoped. We kind of got off to a bad start there in qualified 32nd. I made a mistake. It was my own personal mistake that I made with shock peel. I run AJ Atherton's Infinity Shocks, and he's given us some really good stuff this year, but I screwed up and put the wrong one on, and car was pretty evil there at qualifying, and as you know, with USAC races, you have to qualify well or else you're buried the rest of the night, and we started 8th in the heat race and made it to 6th and had to start really deep in the B main there, and I actually had another issue with some tear-offs that I've never experienced before, but I ended up getting through there pretty good after creating a caution early and ran up to 7th and just missed it by a little bit, but even though it wasn't the results we wanted, we had a good night, and I'm confident, after what we learned there, that we're going to have a really good season, and it was just good to get the Mount Baker car out there. The response from all the fans was great. Everybody thought the car was beautiful and was interested in the product and in what we were doing this year, and that's the biggest thing we want at the beginning of the year, is just to have a good night and get the brand awareness out there with what we're doing.
Now, you mentioned the Mount Baker Vapor thing, and Sean Buckley and I had a chance to talk about that in the infield, and he mentioned you directly and said that, that shows on Jack Slash and on MAV TV and had a lot to do with the exposure that USAC Racing is getting right now, had a lot to do with bringing a sponsor like that in. What has a sponsor of this size and of this magnitude, I know there's several different angles that this is coming, but what has that meant to your program and racing in general, Landon?
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely. A company, Mount Baker Vapor, for example, is from Bellingham, Washington, and if it wasn't for, us being able to offer them national TV exposure, I mean, we race in 10 states this year, I think my schedule is covering, and we're running around 60 races, and it's great to get in front of the demographic of people with our race fans is the perfect demographic for this product. So that was the big selling point with them, was that it's the age group, the 18 to 40-year-old people that are either smokers or just hobbyists that would find, the new vaping trend interesting and want to pick up on it. That was kind of the first thing we got to take to them. And then the fact that we do have national TV is huge. I mean, it's absolutely huge for anything, motorsports, any sports, altogether. And Mount Baker they love the idea of it in general. I mean, they've never been to a sprint car race, and we got to bring them here to Indy and take them to the shop and show them around, and they're making plans all summer long to come back here and spend weekends with us. But we've got a coupon code with them that I mentioned last time, and it's capital L, capital S, Landon Simon 24, and it's good for 11% off on their website for any product, and it's already gotten 50 hits out after Saturday night from fans, and that's wonderful. That's what we want, is we need fans to support the idea, and it's a healthier lifestyle, a healthy alternative to smoking, and even for people that don't smoke, my girlfriend Terre, she's never smoked a cigarette in her life, but she's got one right now that she's got they've got every kind of flavor in the world, cake, pie, candy, anything you want, and it's fun. It's a cool little hobby to get into, and like I said, the biggest target is you guys, Rich, and I actually dropped some off to Dar Lawson at the USAC office. There's a lot of people that you don't even realize were smokers and are trying to make a healthy change. and they're picking up on it already, and it's wonderful. It's huge on the West Coast, and we want to get it here to Indy, and Mount Baker saw the opportunity and took the risk with us, and so far so good. So I hope the fans support it.
I agree 100% with what you just said there, Landon. Rich turned me on to this vaping, and it makes a world of difference, as far as smoking. But what's some of the 2014 plans that you have with this sponsor and in the sprint car? Is it just sprint car only, or is there going to be some other stuff on the schedule?
Right now, for me, I just sprint car only. I mean, I do everything on my own. Last year I drove for another team, and it was a pretty good experience to do that, but I've always just enjoyed owning my own stuff, and with that, I'm my own mechanic, driver, I do it all, so it's hard to kind of branch out and do anything else successfully. So right now we're going to focus on just running the nominee sprint car stuff, and we've got around a 60-race schedule that we haven't really released anything yet because there's so much stuff going on. I was actually waiting. I talked to Sean Buckley today about some of the big, exciting news he has coming forward. So kind of going to see what goes on. I'm going to try to hit, all the local races I can. We'll be at Eldora and try to follow the USAC stuff as much as possible. I know we're going to do all the KISS races because they're on national TV, and basically just try to get them as much exposure as possible and try to get this team in a position where next year we can go race, with the USAC national sprint cars and be a competitor. I mean, obviously, Indiana is the battleground for racers, and I want to get this team to the caliber it needs to be to go compete week in and week out anywhere we can in the country.
I think you're the caliber of racer that can make that happen, Landon. Now, how do people get a hold of you out there or follow you throughout the 2014 season?
Well, we're getting ready to launch a website here. It should be done this week, and it's simple, LandonSimon.com. I'm on Facebook and Twitter. It's Landon Simon Racing on Facebook and Landon Simon 24 on Twitter. And like I said, there's coupon codes. You can go to mountbakervapor.com and enter Landon Simon 24 for 11% off, and follow them on their social media as well. And everything will be linked together. We just released some merchandise this week that we had at Lawrenceburg, and we'll have all year long. And we'll have some of their products around too. So anybody that has any questions whatsoever, feel free to get a hold of me on social media or come up in person, and I'd love to talk to you guys about their products and what we've got going on this year. I'm really, really excited. This is by far the most excited I've ever been to go racing and just, have a purpose at the racetrack other than just my own personal enjoyment of racing. It's exciting to get new people involved, and this is huge for everybody in the sport. I mean, when this company comes in, it's going to bring competitive companies in, and these products aren't like the disposable little e-cigs you see at the gas station. These are really cool units that, especially in the racing world, we know the quality, and these things are something that it turns into a lifestyle. So I hope that, like Rich obviously knows and a lot of guys, that it kind of consumes you, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope people take a look at it.
That it is. Well, thank you for coming on the show and talking with us tonight, Landon, and we look forward to catching up with you over at Eldora and getting our hands on some of this product.
Thank you, guys, and thank you, TJ, for taking some of those pictures. Mal Baker loved them, man. That was good stuff.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. I appreciate you guys using them. Thanks a lot.
All right, and there you have it, Landon Simon, and we'll be catching up with him in Eldora, but right now we're going to go take a short little break here so Dirty Dan can get a sip of moonshine, but we'll be right back right after this. Hey racers, are you struggling with your shock package in your quarter midget, micro, midget, sprint, or super modified? Then check out Infinity Shock. Infinity Shocks has the latest available technology and is ahead of the market today with their Infinitune isolation piston. Give Infinity Shocks a call today at 765-865-1073 and tell AJ that you want to join racers like Shane Cottle, Frank Flood, Steven Shabester, Robert Ballou, Shane Cochran, and Thomas Meserole in Victory Lane. Infinity Shocks, home of 300-plus A-Main wins in 2013, including 3 Golden Drillers from the Tulsa Shootout, the Donnie Ray Crawford Memorial, and the Oklahoma Micro Nationals, just to name a few. For personalized tech service, give AJ a call at Infinity Shocks at 765-865-1073. Don't be like the competition, be the competition. Infinity Shocks.
Ever wonder what keeps the USAC Unleashed radio team fired up besides their passion for racing? Crack open a can of the best tasting energy drink on earth, Liquid Nitro. Liquid Nitro products are infused with nothing but the finest ingredients, including 3 herbs and 2 B vitamins to give you the best quality energy drink your body can handle. Liquid Nitro Regular, Liquid Nitro Low Carb, and Liquid Nitro Tropical Storm energy drinks contain a blend of herbs and vitamins that produce clean energy without the crash or aftertaste and without the those harmful side effects. Also, check out their line of liquid nitro shooters, a 3-ounce exotic berry-flavored energy shot that tantalizes your taste buds. And hey guys, you might be interested in their liquid nitro fuel for passion. It's an all-natural energy shot with a proprietary blend that helps us men feel, well, more productive. Check out their Facebook page at Liquid Nitro Beverages Midwest or their website at nitrobeverages.com. Real energy, no bull, Liquid Nitro. And now, back to the two guys that think the three most important aspects of covering the race are barbecue, beer, and broads. It's Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
I don't know about that, man. Hand warmers was in dire need this weekend, Photo Man.
Yeah, it was more like hand warmers, chocolate, hot chocolate, and coffee and coats.
There you go. All right, well, let's move on to this next guest. I'm so fired up to talk to him. This cat is on a tear at the beginning of the season here. Mr. Justin Grant. How you doing, JG?
Good. How are you guys?
I'm doing all right, man. You finally awake today?
Oh yeah.
we gave Justin a call to do some briefing this morning, about 1 o'clock this afternoon, and I was scared I woke him up, man. I was nervous. You caught on to that though, didn't you, JG?
Yeah. I got. We operate on a night schedule.
There you go, man. Racer schedules. That's what that is. All right, Justin. Let's get into the meat and the bones of this, man. So far this season, you've got a 6th, a 2nd, and a 1st in the first 3 races of the year. You're second in points, 1 point behind Double D, the People's Champ, Dave Darland. And, man, after Lawrenceburg Saturday night, brother, I don't see anything changing anytime soon. Tell me about this start to the season you've had.
I certainly hope it doesn't change. I mean, right now, we're off to a great start, and best start I've had to a season yet. And just getting back in that 40 car with Mark Harry and being comfortable again and just really feeling like I can go out and do my job and trust the car. It's made a world of difference.
Now, let's talk about Lawrenceburg Saturday night, Justin. You and I talked after your heat race win, and we done our interview and things like that. But I told you that I really thought that you had something for him. We talked about the track maybe widening up and things like that. What did you end up doing with your setup after that heat race?
Oh, we just freed it up some more from where we were at. It seemed like the track just kind of got heavier all night, actually, and we just kept getting it freed up as much as we could. We watched, and me and Mark sat in the stands and watched the B main there, and Clayton was pretty fast on the top, and seemed like he could have been quite a bit freer yet, and we just kind of looked at each other and I don't see any reason we shouldn't be as free as possible. So we went back and did it, and it worked out.
Now, during that feature, Stambro had pretty much checked out on you guys, and I know you had made the comment you was like 0.4 of a lap faster before that last caution. But did you? I found it funny. You made one of the comments you made was it was just pointing it in the holes and putting it there, and wherever the car bounced, jumping back on the throttle. But there was a couple times where I think you had the pucker effect in, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. Usually do a few times.
That's for sure, man. All right, Justin, I want to ask you about something. And last year there was a dyno accident that you were involved with. Can you tell the fans out there a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, we were running a midget on a chassis dyno, like a night or two before the Hut 100, and it blew an oil fitting apart, and pretty good sized fire, and burnt my arm up a little bit. Wasn't wearing my henchman race suit like I should have been.
There you go. Those henchmen's, man. That's what it's all about. How's that all healed up? Everything okay? Everything doing all right?
Yeah. It's got a little bit of. I mean, you can definitely tell it happened, but it works fine. Everything's fine. Kind of, might have ruined my career as an elbow model, but other than that, I think we're good to go.
And this weekend really kind of showed that, you really are comfortable back in that 40 car this year. And, let's talk about, how did that come about? How did you get back into it? You guys kind of got away from each other there, and, now you're back together and really going strong. Is there a difference between this time around and the last?
I don't think there's much difference between now and the last, other than the fact that, I kind of appreciate that setting more now. and kind of seen the other side and realized that, realize all the good parts about racing with Mark. So that's helped some. But no, it's pretty much the same deal as it was before.
And what is with Mark? What's pretty much the plan for the year? Is it all USAC with Mark, and then jumping some other stuff for some local stuff, or just run as much as you can with him?
I think we're really just planning on running as much as I can with him. I think we sat down and worked out our schedule the other day, or roughly worked out a schedule, and I think we had a little over 60 races just in his car. So 90% of the time I'll be in his car. I'm going to run Larry Gardner's number 35 midget a few times this summer, probably close to 10 times. Actually running it this weekend at Kokomo, Friday and Saturday. And then probably hop in and out of Bill Elson's number 27 here and there. Not a whole lot, but when we can get together and go race. We raced this past season together and had some fun. So like to go run a few nights with him again.
Yeah, and I know you had a big fan on the backstretch there last Saturday. I think he was jumping up and down, about ready to flip a truck over. My brother was back there jumping up and down and was really cheering you on. And I know he looks forward to always working with you, and he likes guys that stand on the gas. And I'm sure he's looking forward to a chance to working with you again this year.
Yeah. Me and Jim had a few good nights together and had quite a bit of fun. So I'd be looking forward to it as well.
Now, you come from California, right?
Yeah.
And, we've asked a bunch of guys, and obviously, the answer always is it's easy to race, so many times out here and things like that. And, what's your experience, in racing in California and some of the differences in racing here?
Like you said, obviously the amount that you race back here is so much more, and I think that's really like the driving factor in everything else that's different. Even the emotions back here, people don't get as worked up. It doesn't seem like as people do in California. Not that that's necessarily a good or a bad thing. Just in California, you race once a month, or twice a month. A lot of them do, and so when something goes wrong, it's a big deal, or something goes right, it's a big deal. Where here, you race 3, 4, or 5 times a week. Something goes wrong, you just kind of blow it off and go on to the next night. Things go right, you kind of pat yourself on the back real quick, and your head's back down for the next night. So I think just the emotional level is, I wouldn't say lower because the commitment's so much higher back here, but your emotions aren't as outwardly projected, I guess.
Yeah, and that's something we always hear, and the NASCAR guys say is, you're only as good as your last race, and they move on to the next one real quick. And with a big win like you had last Saturday night, and moving forward, is it easier to kind of get refocused and move forward, or do you take some time off to kind of enjoy it?
This time of year, it's easier to take some time off and enjoy it because we raced Saturday, that was it, and now I've got off till Friday, so you can kind of enjoy them more this time of year. Middle of summer, you win one, and you're like, "That's great. Let's get to the car wash. We got racing to do tomorrow." So you definitely enjoy them more this time of year, but you always enjoy them, just whether or not you have time to.
Right, and like you said, this weekend, we got the big Kokomo Grand Prix coming up here in Kokomo Speedway this weekend, and like you said, you're going to be jumping into midget for that, and what do you look forward to, at Kokomo this year? Obviously, you run there quite a bit with sprint cars. Is there any difference, mindset-wise, kind of jumping into the midget, or is it pretty much just the same and just tweak it up and go?
It's pretty much the same. Midgets are a lot of fun there. You can kind of exaggerate some of the things you do with a sprint car there. With the midgets not having as much power, they don't get quite as much wheel spin, so you really exaggerate kind of the high into 3 and run down the hill off of 4. So that makes the midget deal fun. But they get around there quick. Last time me and Larry raced there, we were really fast, and I ended up hanging the thing in the fence. But they get around there really quick. They're fun.
Yeah, midgets are always fun to watch at Kokomo, and we're definitely going to look forward to catching up and watching you up there this weekend. And let's moving forward, with all these different cars you run in and stuff like that, what are some of the sponsors on the cars and some of the sponsors you have personally?
Helped me out personally. Henchman uniforms, they help me out. Nancy's great, and they have a great product. Lynn Cook, from over in Ohio, she helps me out a lot. She helps out the car a lot. Ultra Shield seats, they've been good to me for I don't even know how many years now, since they were helping me out when I was racing midgets out west. MPV Express, Mike, he helps me out quite a bit. Met him at Chili Bowl this year and got to hanging out, and so he's been helping me out this summer and through the winter some. And Outerwears helps me out. And then as far as the car goes, Claxton Engines, Jeff Claxton, he does a great job on our motors, and he helps Mark out and keeps us going. And there's a whole list of them, a whole bunch of guys over in Ohio that help Mark out. Hoosier Tire helps us out, Super Shock, Dick's Paint and Body, Shelley Sheet Metal, Mark Nut Muffler, of course Mark's Business, Sunset Meats is the major one. And then Mark and Lisa Harry and Travis, they're all great.
And we're so excited to, for you and the way your season has started and stuff like that. And we really, we're pumped up after that last win and can't wait to see it keep going. And what are some websites out there that people can get in touch with you and check you out and kind of drop you messages?
Yeah, I've got my Facebook page, Justin Grant Racing, which I'm going to start phasing that out, and I've got an actual like page set up now, which is just Justin Grant. So trying to start getting it directed more through that route. On Twitter it's at Justin Grant 40, and I should have a website launched here in the next week or two. It's jgrantracing.com.
Well, I'm sure everybody's going to want to check those out and, look Justin up at the racetrack. He's a cool guy to talk to. We've had a lot of fun with you, Justin. We can't wait to catch up with you at the racetrack this weekend.
Yeah. Be awesome. See you guys there.
All right. Everybody, that was Justin Grant. Make sure you check him out, and we'll be right back after these commercials.
Hey racers, are you looking for an edge in your training program to put you over the top? Well, check out Racer's Edge Supplements. Racer's Edge Supplements are the best racing supplements in the business. Whether you need more energy to get you through your day, better concentration, or a weight loss supplement that will help you get lighter and go faster, Racer's Edge Supplements is what you need. With 9 products currently available and more on the way, Racer's Edge Supplements will be all you need to get you through your season. Visit us online at racersedgesupplements.com. That's racersedgesupplements.com. Racer's Edge Supplements, the edge you need to get you to victory lane.
Waka Racing Promotions is a public relations team determined to grow and expand your name in the world of racing while guiding your image and car to the top. We use multiple different techniques from press releases, social media pages, and websites to boom your team or company ahead of the rest. Whether it be your normal race team wanting a sponsorship proposal or full-blown touring series needing PR help, Waka Racing Promotions can cover it all. Head to WalkerRacingPromotion.com to learn more on how you can expand your PR program with Walker Racing Promotions.
And now, back to the guy who got thrown out of the pits for sneaking moonshine into the track in his fuel cell. It's Dirty Dan and the Photo Man.
I did not. I drank all that moonshine that was in the fuel cell. But at any rate, man, let this interview that you all are getting ready to hear is really going to be pretty cool, in my opinion. Mr. Kody Swanson, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Hey, thank you guys for having me on the show.
Not a problem at all, man. I am just so far. You are the 2014 Sumar Classic, USAC Sumar Classic at Terre Haute Action Track champion. What do you have to say about that?
I know it's been a couple of days, but I don't know. I still look back on it, and I don't know that I'm really sure that he's such a part of that event, and there's one there at Terre Haute, the action track, and pulled off classic is something that's really special to me. It's pretty exciting.
Now let's dig a little bit deeper into that, Kody, and I know that there's this persona out there that you're a pavement guy, that you're a wing guy, that you're not a dirt guy. But let's back all the way up for a minute. Let's talk about your career starting out. How did it start? And how have you been progressing to get to where you're at?
Yeah, I mean, I guess at the very beginning, it started in mini sprints, 600cc sprint cars on the dirt. and did that for a few years out here in California at Plaza Park Raceway. And then when I started in the full-size sprint cars, it was all on the pavement. And so I think I almost had to brainwash myself from my habits on dirt to pick up the pavement and to really get good at it. And so by the time my USAC career going, it really was under the persona as a pavement specialist, and that really led. I ran pavement sprint cars out here on the West Coast, and won the championship my rookie season in the series out here for USAC, and then ended up in the Midwest racing for Steve Lewis. Really, started out as pavement only. Eventually, I think in 2008, ran full time on the national midget schedule, but man, did not have the success on the dirt. Really struggled, and I kind of solidified what people thought that maybe I should be pavement only. But I've hung in there for quite a few years now and tried to get better at it. And in the situation I'm in now, I think we're finally starting to turn the corner and hopefully maybe prove otherwise.
And I'll agree with you. I mean, you set quick time down at Ocala on the second night. In the USAC sprint car opener down there. But we asked this question of a lot of the racers out there, the difference between, pavement and dirt and what's some of the adjustments that you have to make. But since you mentioned that, let's dig a little deeper into that. What is some of the things that you have to struggle with personally between the pavement and dirt? And like you were saying, retrain your mind.
I mean, for me, it's just the feel. What good grip feels like on pavement and what you need out of a race car is completely different than what you need on dirt. The way you approach the corner is completely different. Even on pavement, you're in the corner leading with the right front, and on dirt, it's not always the case. Sometimes it's the right rear you have out there first, and so just getting adjusted to being able to control the car. For years I've been trying to run dirt and having to think about how I need to run the car to be able to run the cushion or run something. And just recently, I've finally gotten comfortable enough to where I can just worry about racing. I'm not thinking about every corner, what is I got to be doing. I can actually be reading the racetrack and reacting to the competitors around me and be racing for it. And I think that comfortability and that has showed, and we've been a lot better on the dirt here lately than I have been over the past few years.
Well, and you're exactly right, and you're being pretty humble about it. If I was you, I'd say, I've got this stuff down pat, and your performance at the Sumar Classic Sunday in that Radio Hospital car, I mean, you dominated that race, Kody. You had it all the way up to, I believe, fourth place lapped in that 100-lap race. You want to walk us through that race and how that all played out?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, the track was definitely changing. Early in the race there, felt like the fast place to be, and where we had to be was up on the outside and kind of riding the rim as it kept pushing higher. As the race kind of wore in, that top was getting pretty thin and leading us further and further out into turn two, and making the bottom relatively faster. Just since we were having to slow down so much to go way out there, and we caught a couple cautions there right in a row, and the top seemed to be moving almost a foot a lap, out further and further, and talking about when we'd need to come down and when the bottom would be the fast groove. And I think for about a 5-lap stint there, I think Chris Wyndham got me on a restart on the bottom, and we kind of battled for a minute, and then Tracy Hines was in there, and we were kind of just running wherever we had to run, and I lucked out to where I had to run and had the lead off the top, and we ended up, catching a caution where we kind of changed our game plan and decided to run the bottom from there. And Bob Hampshire not only does he do the engines on those cars, but he does the setup on it. And I got to say he did a great job, because that car was great on the top, and it was every bit as good, if not better, on the bottom. And no adjustments were needed, and just other than changing my line and the style and just following the racetrack, and we were able to pull away to a sizable win there. But man, what a great car we had that night. It was definitely a lot of fun to drive.
The smile on your face standing there in victory lane when I got to interview you there, I mean, it just said they say a picture's worth or says a million words or is worth a million words or whatever that say. You know me, Kody. But at any rate, man, the smile and the look on your face, you just look so satisfied standing there in victory lane. And did you actually think about, what we had talked about, the people classifying you as a pavement guy, and here was a huge dirt win. Was there that satisfaction, or was it just a satisfaction of a win overall?
I think just the win overall and what it kind of means for us as a team going forward. Our goal is to run this whole series for the USAC Silver Crown Championship, and I ran the series for a few years. This will be my first time with the Radio Hospital team full time, and just being honest with ourselves, something we thought that I even identified as our weak point with me driving would be the short track dirt stuff. Terre, Haute, and Belleville and Eldora, because traditionally those are the places that I've struggled the most, and so for us, we geared a lot of the work we did in the off season to be better for that. Those guys went out of their way to put, help me and put a dirt sprint car together and take me to Florida and even take me to Lawrenceburg Saturday night, just trying to help me get better as a driver for those kind of tracks. And so for all that hard work and that effort that the team put in to kind of have that all come full circle in the first race there and really set the tone for what I hope is a great season together. That kind of all came together there at Terre Haute, and so that was worth it all, I think.
Well, let's talk about the 2014 season and what it holds in store for you moving forward, Kody. What other plans do you have this year?
Yeah, well, like I said, to run the Silver Crown Series for De Palma Motorsports and Radio Hospital, but also picked up the opportunity to drive for RFMS Racing in Don Fike, and those guys have a great team there. But to run the USAC National Pavement Midget schedule, I know they're working on adding some races and stuff like that. But I've always been had a soft spot for pavement midgets, and I'm excited to be able to race with those guys. They've really had a lot of success over the years, and I've competed against them a long time, and looking forward to working with them this season. But in addition to that, we're going to run for that series title, but I should be able to looking forward to filling in races in those wing pavement sprint cars. Run some with the Must See series, some with Haute and Auto Value, and I guess we'll be in Davey Hamilton's new King of the Wing series this year. But been running for Tom Brewer and the Speed Chasers team out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, and ran with them a little bit last year, and really had a lot of fun, and I felt like I was gaining a little bit, myself as a driver, getting better at those kind of cars. It was an adjustment for sure, but those guys stuck with me and been a great team to work for, and I'm looking forward to work with them more this year. And then the other thing I have going is like we've been talking about, is getting me better on dirt, and a big part of that the last couple of years I've ran for Kent Walters, a guy out of Ohio, whether it's Waynesfield or wherever we're able to go, run some with the Boss series out in Ohio, but just trying to get me more laps on the dirt and get more comfortable and get better. And he's been a big part of that, and been really thankful to run for him. Guy giving me a shot to run on dirt when a lot of people think that I shouldn't have been. So it should be a busy year, but I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Now, how do people get in contact with you, Kody, and how do people follow you and how you're progressing through the 2014 season?
Yeah, I think probably the easiest way is through our website at CodySwansonRacing.com. On there, I also have links to our Facebook page, which would be Swanson Brothers TK Motorsports. But we try to do live from the track updates from that, whether it's pictures or just status updates on how the night's going. And I'm on Twitter. I'm not very good at Twitter yet, but I know I need to get better. But I'm at Kody Swanson on there, and hopefully, I'll try to keep people updated on what's going on, and hopefully looking forward to a good 2014 season.
I'm with you on the Twitter thing, Kody. Now, I know you're back out in Cali today. You just arrived back out there on Tuesday when we're recording the show. You want to tell everybody why you're back out in Cali this week? Yeah,
I'm actually happy to fly out and celebrate with my family because my younger brother Tanner is getting married to Allison Gardner. Great guy's been dating for a long time, and they're getting married this Saturday. And happy to be here and be a part of that special day for them.
That'll work. We're going to catch up with you at Eldora, correct?
That is the plan as of now. Hopefully, we'll be there with the USAC Sprint Cars on the 19th.
That'll work. We'll have to catch up with you at Eldora then and get you to do the Dirty 10 with Dirty Dan segment. What do you think about that?
I'm not exactly sure what that is yet, but I'm looking forward to it. That'll work for me.
You're going to find out then, Kody. Hey, Kody, thanks for joining us tonight on the show, and congratulations on putting her in victory lane at the Sumar Classic this past Sunday.
Hey, thank you guys very much. Thanks for all you do for USAC Racing and for your attention to the Silver Crown Series, and it means a lot to have me on the show. I appreciate it, guys.
All right, there you have it. You're very welcome, Kody. And there you have it, Kody Swanson, your 2014 Sumar Classic Silver Crown champion. And we're going to be right back with TeeJays Breakdown, and I believe he has a special guest with him this week.
Ever wonder what keeps the USAC Unleashed radio team fired up besides their passion for racing? Crack open a can of the best tasting energy drink on earth, Liquid Nitro. Liquid Nitro products are infused with nothing but the finest ingredients, including 3 herbs and 2 B vitamins to give you the best quality energy drink your body can handle. Liquid Nitro Regular, Liquid Nitro Low Carb, and Liquid Nitro Tropical Storm energy drinks contain a blend of herbs and vitamins that produce clean energy without the crash or aftertaste and without those harmful side effects. Also, check out their line of Liquid Nitro Shooters, a 3-ounce exotic berry-flavored energy shot that tantalizes your taste buds. And hey guys, you might be interested in their Liquid Nitro Fuel for Passion. It's an all-natural energy shot with a proprietary blend that helps us men feel, well, more productive. Check out their Facebook page at Liquid Nitro Beverages Midwest or their website at nitrobeverages.com. Real energy, no bull. Liquid Nitro.
6B Apparel gives you the winning look. At 6B Apparel, our award-winning design team gives your team style on or off the track. It's not too late to call 6B Apparel now. You could be the best dressed crew at your next race or trade show. And for you smaller teams, 6B Apparel has no minimum on orders, so you can get the same look the big teams like Feld Motorsports, Lucas Oil Products, and more do at a great price. Call 6B Apparel now at 702-587-3313. That's 702-587-3313. Or log on to 6bapparel.com.
Going long and going strong. It's now time for that little feller who has everything in common with the real Tommy Lee. Except for the money, fame, and, well, a need for the Liquid Nitro male enhancement shots. It's the Tommy Lee of racing, minus a couple of inches, with TeeJays Breakdown.
Dirty Dan, come on now. Did you come up with that one?
It's not me, man. That was the photo man that throwed you under the bus on that one, brother.
Telling you guys, I'm gonna have to keep my eye on you. You say I got that camera out looking at all you guys at all the wrong times. I have to keep an eye on what you guys are remembering about me.
That is a fact, man, because you're holding on to a photo I don't want released. But at any rate, what do you got going on this week, Tommy Lee?
Well, we had a really big weekend at a couple of really awesome races. You know, we started out our weekend Saturday night at Lawrenceburg, where we had, you know, an awesome race where, you know, we had a pass late in the race that I don't know how he got that high on the track. I honestly don't. But it was truly something special to watch Grant just go up there and sling that car in between and just find the slot and take the win. It was just a great night. The track was fast all night, you know, and like you said earlier, John Stambro's qualifying lap, that was truly impressive. You know, that was the highlight of the night besides that pass at the end. And, you know, it was a good race. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the fans enjoyed it. And it's finally nice to see some USAC racing going on. And it was a great time. And we also got lucky enough to witness a little bit of history. And that's kind of what I really want to focus on this week is Terre, Haute on Sunday with, you know, the Sumar Classic. And as you mentioned earlier, I do have a special guest on the line. We've got Andy Hillenberg here with us. You know, so I'd really appreciate you coming on with us, Andy. How are you today?
Doing great. We're getting through all of our race recap stuff from this week, and you know, a wonderful first step towards a great 2014 USAC Silver Crown season.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to have a great season 2 with the way it started off this year at Terre Haute, with Kody Swanson leading, every lap but 2, but still making it just such an interesting race. And we've got quite a few events on the schedule this year, so I really kind of want to get in. What has you so excited about this year?
Well, probably the rebuilding process and bringing back some of the traditions that made the Silver Crown Series so special, and bringing the pride back to the Silver Crown cars. Remembering, as me being a youngster coming up, if you made it to Silver Crown Series, you were somebody, and that's the kind of feeling that these guys are starting to get right now, and it's neat to be able to put that into play and be a part of it. We've got a wonderful team. I'm definitely not doing all this alone. Right down from the USAC staff, and I might be spearheading this effort, but got a lot of great support from all the people that are at USAC, and all the race fans, and the competitors, and I just feel like everybody's rallying at the right time, and you're going to see some magic this season, and those are the years that you're really proud of.
Yeah, I completely agree. We've got a really good schedule going on this year, with a lot of great races mixing it up between dirt and asphalt. And like you said, we've got almost a complete restructure of Silver Crown. And it's truly a prestigious series, with the fact of, it's something that, back in the day, if you made it to Silver Crown, you're right, it was something. It's a stepping stone to get yourself into Indy, and it was the pride of USAC. And it's great to see that coming back, and the USAC staff getting behind it, and more importantly, the fans getting behind it, and the drivers getting behind it. And it's just great to see. And I really want to focus on, basically what we've got planned for a lot of these bigger events for 14, and what you see in the future. And do you see we're going to keep our car count at what we've got now?
No, I actually think the car count's going to continue to go up. We've got to get through our first pavement event, which is coming up May 17th at Lucas Oil Raceway, and start working with the guys there, because we do have really kind of 3 groups of owners. We've got a group that runs all of the races, we've got a group that runs all of the dirt races, and we've got a group that runs all the pavement races. So this will be my first time working with that bunch. And then I think it's all going to come together at the Hoosier 100 at the Indiana State Fairgrounds on May the 22nd. I think we're going to have our first true full field plus race cars in several years, and I'm very excited about that. So it should be a great Thursday evening to kick off a wonderful Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, I completely agree there. And it looks like that we've got 11 races scheduled for this year. Is that correct?
Yes, we got 7 on dirt and 4 on pavement. And, races from, Terre Haute, to the asphalt shows, all the way up to the Big Mile, Springfield, DuQuoin, Indiana State Fairgrounds, and Syracuse.
Yeah, and what exactly does Silver Crown today? What does it mean to you to see it coming back, and it being in the current state that it's in its rebuilding process, and it being so successful already?
Well, a lot of pride, but at the same time, I don't want to feel like we're finished by any means. I want to get this back to the biggest of the glory days. With that USAC shield and that crest. When I had that USAC shield on my uniform, there was, like I mentioned earlier, there was a lot of pride, and I want to be able to get that back, and I want to bring it back to the national stage, because I feel like it's been missing the past few years. And as you guys know, from following the sport, if you come in and win a couple Silver Crown races, you were off to Daytona or Indianapolis, some very big, when those car owners come to look for drivers, they looked in the USAC Silver Crown Series. And even though I don't want to lose my heroes, that we got in there, Kody and Tracy and AJ Fike, and, we got a great bunch of heroes now. I don't want to lose them, but at the same time, I want to see them to get all the opportunities that I did at their age. So, raising the presence of the Silver Crown Series will help ensure that.
And I completely agree. And really, one thing that we're really all dying to know is, what are the 2014 goals with the Silver Crown Series?
Well, our first goal was to stabilize. I mean, so many times I think when when a person or a company or a racing series tries to start something new, they try to make it bigger and better. They don't make it stable and put a good foundation in, and that's really what we want to do. And I felt like our first cornerstone, that first race at Terre, Haute, did accomplish that for us, and we want to be able to do the same at our first pavement race. We want to be able to do the same thing at the first mile race, and make a solid foundation so that the 2015 and beyond seasons can then start to become bigger and better.
And how do you feel that Terre Haute went this weekend? I've seen a lot of positive feedback. Do you have the same feel?
Oh yeah, it was a very good weekend. The first half of the race was phenomenal. I heard you guys talking about the lead changes, but during some of those lead changes, we actually had 3 different leaders in one lap on one of those. I mean, the official lead change count only happens at the start-finish line. There was one lap when Wyndham, Hines, and Swanson all led at some point during that lap. And it was very fun to watch. The second half of the race, the track obviously slicked off, and they came to run the rail, and we kind of got 2 different races, so to speak. The first race, a lot of high, wide, and handsome right up against the rail, and some guys playing the bottom and had great 2-groove racing. And then the second half of the race, the racetrack did get wore out, and guys got on the bottom and started protecting their position. So we saw 2 different kind of races. But the guy that dominated both sides of that race ended up being the guy that wins, that won the race. Kody Swanson did a great job, and, he mastered the first half of the race, and he mastered the second half, and he truly deserved that win on Sunday.
Yeah, and I completely agree. It was a magical race. On a half-mile track for the Silver Crown cars, it's still a decent-sized track for them to run on, even being these big cars. And I agree. I think it was a great race to watch. And Andy, I think you're doing a great thing for Silver Crown and preserving the history while also still moving it forward into the future so that we have this great and awesome series to watch. And we really do appreciate from the bottom of our heart what you're doing and making sure that this is very successful. And thank you very much for coming on and talking with us. And it was an honor to be able to speak with you today. And just we're looking forward to 2014 and beyond and what we can do. So again, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Well, thanks a lot, and I'd like to say a special thanks to all the race fans that were there at Terre Haute, and those of them that followed us and that are paying attention and are going to be there at Lucas Oil Raceway on the 17th of May and at the Hoosier 100 on May 22nd. Hang on, you're in for a good ride.
Yeah, that's right. Everybody, make sure to come out, watch these Silver Crown cars. You're going to be watching some great racing and getting a lot of history and watching the future progress as well. And we'll thank you very much, Andy, for taking the time to speak with us, and we'll be right back after these commercials.
Hey, racers, you know the amount of time and effort you put in at the shop getting your bullet ready to do battle is huge. Shouldn't the way you look when you climb out of that sick-looking ride in victory lane be just as important? Well, hell yeah, it should. Turn Noah at Shell Shock Custom Helmet Painting loose on a custom lid designed just for you. Join the Shell Shock list of racers like Ryan Briscoe, Joey Saldana, Christopher Bell, Matt Crafton, Bud Kading, Dominic Selzy, Kenny Rutz, Spud Allen, Joey Coulter, and many, many more. Go to www.shellshockpaint.com or give them a call at 704-929-8545 and join the Shell Shock list of champions today. Follow Shell Shock on Twitter at Shell Shock Co. and be sure to check out the full Shell Shock gallery on Facebook at Shell Shock. And remember, only the best wear the SS. Hey racers, are you struggling with your shock package in your quarter midget, micro, midget, sprint, or super modified? Then check out Infinity Shock. Infinity Shocks has the latest available technology and is ahead of the market today with their Infinitune isolation piston. Give Infinity Shocks a call today at 765-865-1073 and tell AJ that you want to join racers like Shane Cottle, Frank Flood, Steven Shabester, Robert Ballou, Shane Cochran, and Thomas Mesrell on Victory Lane. Infinity Shocks, home of 300-plus A-Main wins in 2013, including 3 Golden Drillers from the Tulsa Shootout, the Donnie Ray Crawford Memorial, and the Oklahoma Micro Nationals, just to name a few. For personalized tech service, give AJ a call at Infinity Shocks at 765-865-1073. Don't be like the competition, be the competition. Infinity Shocks.
And now, back to the guy that gets his jollies from racing R Factor because actually getting into a race car scares the living hell out of him. It's the Photo Man and Dirty Dan.
Scares the living hell out of him. I heard a little story from little Birdie at Terre Haute this weekend about that Photo Man.
Yeah, my dad likes to tell that story to just about everybody.
Yeah, we'll have to get into that sometime, man. But we've reached that time. We're at the end of the show again, guys. But we got a few things we got left that we need to get done this week. The first one here is, TJ, I'm going to throw you under the bus right here. We need a DirtDogGear.com prize vault combination, brother. What is it?
It looks like our combination this week's going to be 4063.
There you go. The DirtDogGear.com prize vault combination this week is 4063. Look for the links on the Dirt Dog Gear page as well as the USAC Unleashed radio page. And our man, Tommy Lee, TJ Crawford, is going to get something out there to tell you guys how you can get your hands on a $50 DirtDogGear.com gift card. Moving on, I guess it's time to thank them sponsors, huh, Photo Man?
Yeah, we definitely got some really good sponsors, and we'd like to thank Liquid Nitro and everything that they're doing for us, and we look forward to doing a lot more with them in the future.
That is a fact, man. LiquidNitroBeverages.com, best tasting energy drinks on the planet with no crash, and that is no bull. Moving on, we got Infinity Shocks, man. Infinity Shocks. Don't be the competition. Be like the competition. Be the competition. Racer's Edge supplements. I'm telling you, man, these Racer's Edge supplements are helping me, Photo Man, big time, man. I'm knocking the pounds off, and I'm on full energy. Combine that with the Liquid Nitro, I'm good.
Don't forget, they also make something that's going to put a little bit of weight on me, so we've got both ends of the spectrum covered with them.
There you go, man. Huge shout out to Finer Details Graphics for our pretty cool stickers, man. They're in Peru, Indiana, 765-472-1705. Vehicle wraps for your business, for racing, for everything there, man. Shellshockpaint.com, custom helmet paint, Noah Enos, one of the best in the business doing that. 6B Apparel, Chris Boson, Crew Shirts, awesome, 6bapparel.com. And I would be remiss if, we have to give some love to richforemanphotos.com, for having him here. There's one particular here, I need to give a huge shout out to Brian Walker at Walker Race Promotions. He handles our website for us and does so many things behind the scenes. Thank you, Brian. We really appreciate that and everything you do. Get over to walkerracingpromotions.com. And, if you need some PR work, things like that, Brian can help you out with that, man. So support those who support what you love. And Brian's a huge supporter. But I would be remiss if I did not mention Scorpion Radio Group, the home of Performance Motorsports Network.com. A ton of cool shows on Performance Motorsports. You have Burning Rubber Radio, Hills on Wheels, In the Pits Racing Radio, Monday Night Results Show. Just a ton of good shows there, man. You can catch our show there at 1 p.m. on Wednesdays, 8 a.m. on Thursdays, Friday at 2, Saturday at 9, Sunday at 8 a.m. All kinds of radio apps there, iTunes, AHA Radio, TuneIn Radio, all kinds of stuff there. Our website, all the show links you can find there archived at www.usacanleashedRadioshow.com. Twitter handle, TJ handles that for us, at Lutner Eat. And don't forget, we're going to have some Dirty 10 with Dirty Dan presented by Liquid Nitro segments that we're going to be releasing slowly and surely. And join us at Kokomo this weekend for the Kokomo Grand Prix this Friday and Saturday, April 11th and 12th. Going to be some badass midget racing. And when you see the entry list for there, you will not believe who is already pre-entered for that event. So head over to Kokomo Speedway's Facebook page or Kokomo Speedway on that World Wide Web thingy and check out what's going on there. Be sure to give us a shout out there. The whole USAC Unleashed radio crew will be there again in force, and we will be blasting the social media world with content those 2 days. Bank on that. Or as Liquid Nitro would say, no bull. Marlboro Man, we haven't got a chance to talk to you tonight. Got anything before we get out of here, brother?
You know something? I'm just all pumped up about the season, all pumped up about USAC racing. Quite honestly, I'm a go left, go right guy, but hey, this is hot stuff, man. I am psyched.
Hot stuff? What is that? That was Donna Summer, wasn't it? Hot stuff? I want me some. I don't know who it was, but at any rate, with that, this is Dirty Dan Smith, my partners in crime, Rich Foreman, the photo man, Tommy Lee, TJ Crawford, Marlboro man, Bob Steele behind the boards. And with that, another USAC Unleashed Radio in the books. We will catch you at Kokomo for the Grand Prix this weekend. Later!
USAC Unleashed is a copyrighted production of Performance Motorsports Network.com, a member of the Scorpion Radio Group, Inc., and may not be rebroadcast, replicated, or saved in any media without the explicit written permission of PMN. Check out our Facebook page, USAC Unleashed Radio Show, or our section on the PMN website. The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and guests and do not necessarily reflect those of the management and ownership of either PMN or Scorpion Radio Group, Inc. Be listening next week as we rev it up with USAC Unleashed exclusively on